Women reward alpha males and punish the living shit out of beta males. Make no mistake about it, guys. When you act needy towards a woman, when you supplicate to her, when you validate her ego, when you compromise with her, whenever you give in to her, she is not wired to reward you, but punish you. Okay? Women just do not reward any type of weak, pussified, spineless behavior. Okay? Even if you think you're doing the right thing. Okay? Even if you think that, you know, by giving in to her and compromising with her and supplicating to her that, hey, I'm doing the right thing, I'm being a good guy. She's just not wired to reward you for that. Okay? She's not. This is often why, you know, guys that are dicks to women, guys who are jerks, you know, and I'm not advocating for that type of behavior. I'm just saying guys who treat women piss poorly generally get rewarded, right? Women generally give them what they want. Women will submit to these guys. Women will cry over these guys. Women will go to extreme lengths to hang on to these guys, right? Yet, when it comes to a guy like yourself, who's probably a good guy, and you know, you're just trying to do the right thing, you get punished for that shit, right? She doesn't reward you. It's like the more you do for your girl, the more, you know, you try to make her happy, the worse she treats you, the less she respects you, the more she starts disrespecting you and starts talking back to you and mouthing off at you and talking shit about you to her girlfriends. Right? And you might think like, why is she doing this, man? I'm a good guy. I try to make her happy. I try to give her what she wants. Why does she treat me like shit? Right? It's because for her, she doesn't see you as, oh, my guy's doing the right thing, or oh, I'm with a good guy. Instead, she sees you as weak. She sees you as somebody that she cannot trust to be a man. Okay? And when it comes to women like this, you know, and unfortunately, I mean, this is a good number of women out there, especially these days. I mean, the type of woman I'm describing right now, unfortunately, is most women. You know, does it mean all women are like this? No, absolutely not. Because there are women, we call them good women, right? That are in, you know, marriages, for example, that can identify when they've got a good guy and he's, you know, and he's treating her right. But generally, those type of guys also know where to draw the line. They know where to put their foot down. Okay, they know that like their woman starts mouthing off at them and starts, you know, getting a little too boisterous, they put their foot down. They're like, hey girl, don't treat me like that, right? They stand up for themselves. And by doing so, they show the girl like, hey, this guy that I'm with is alpha, he's boss, he's the same badass guy that I met, right? Out at the club or out at wherever I met this dude. He's the same badass dude that I could depend on to continue being a man. But unfortunately, for most guys out there and most women out there, that's not the case, you know? And it's hard to blame guys for being so pussified these days because they've been so indoctrinated by feminism, by a lot of this SJW culture to be weak, to play down their masculinity, to kowtow to women. They've kind of been brainwashed into thinking that this is the way to attract women. Like, oh, this is what women want to see. And when it comes to dating, that's not what women want to see. Even though they'll tell you that to your face, right? They will tell you that shit to your face. Like, yeah, I want a guy who supports women's rights. I want a guy who's going to go to the pussy march with me. I want a guy who's anti-Trump. I want a guy who, you know, supports you know, I want to get political, but you know what I mean? They're like basically wanting to find the beta bitch out there that where they could be the man in the relationship and basically thinking that that's what will make them happy. And I've seen those girls accomplish that. They've gone out, they've looked for the little bitch type of boyfriend who will kowtow to her, who will go to the pussy march, and they get that guy and they're completely miserable and they can't figure out why. They start cheating on the guy behind his back. They start demoralizing him. They start like emotionally, mentally, and even physically abusing the guy, right? Because he's such, you know, he's so weak and she has no respect for him, even though she was like, this is the kind of guy I want, right? Women will never be happy with a guy like that. Just like you as a man will never be happy with a woman who acts masculine, who wants to wear the pants, who wants to pretend she's Hillary. No real masculine man wants a woman like that. Again, we're all being indoctrinated by this bullshit SJW culture to believe that that's what a strong woman is. Like, oh, a strong woman is a woman who will mouth off to her man and let him know exactly what's on her mind. If she doesn't like something, she'll have no problem putting him in his place and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, guys don't really want to deal with a woman who has a mouth like that. You know, we don't, because we don't see that as feminine. We don't see that as being a strong woman. We just see you as being loud, obnoxious, annoying, and somebody that we're not going to want to have anything to do with beyond sex. It's like, after we have sex with you, we're out the door. And a lot of those type of girls, at least the ones that are hot, that are have bought into that feminist bullshit and think that it's cool to be mouthy and be disrespectful towards their man and be classless. It's no surprise that these chicks are always single. It's no surprise that they can never hang on to a man. It's no surprise that they're miserable in their 30s, 40s, 50s because they never got married, right? They never had a family. No surprise at all. But understand, guys, I mean, women are wired to do this to you, okay? When you act beta, she will punish you in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of the ways women punish you, by the way, especially if you like the girl, the way she punishes you is she puts you in her friend zone, right? She will stick you in her friend zone unapologetically, and she will torture the shit out of you. She will use you as an emotional tampon. She will tell you about all those bad boys she's having sex with. You know, all those dicks, jerks, a-holes, alpha males, these guys who don't call her back, these guys who have sex with her. They don't come over till after midnight. They have sex with her, and then they ghost her for weeks and weeks, and then they don't call her again until they feel like coming over. I mean, it's like... She will come to you crying about these guys, literally crying about how they're like emotionally abusive towards her or mentally abusive towards her, even sometimes physically abusive towards her. And you're like, girl, why do you deal with this guy? Why do you put up with him? Look at me, I'm such a great guy. And she'll be like, yeah, you're such a great guy. You'll make some woman happy. I'm just not attracted to you. But that's what she'll do, like, if she sees that you're beta. And this is why, if you think back on girlfriends you've had, especially for you guys who are married too, by the way, if you look at the times where your wife starts treating you piss poorly, it's because you are failing to show her and demonstrate that she can trust you to be a man in that relationship, that she can trust you to lead that relationship and not supplicate to her, not feed into her ego, not feed into her demands or her ultimatums, right? And too many guys in relationships, they've been in the relationship so long with their girl, they get a little too comfortable. They start slipping. They stop doing the things that they used to do before that used to attract her. Then they wonder why their girl starts wandering off on them. Why their girl starts hiding her cell phone from him. Why all of a sudden she put a password on her cell phone. Why is she hiding her laptop all of a sudden? How come she's not coming home right after work? Why is she running off to a little happy hour with her girlfriends after work? It's because now she's trying to replace you. You know, and you might be thinking to yourself again, like, hey, I did everything right for this girl. So just understand, women, at the end of the day, they are wired to reward alpha males and punish beta males. Okay? This is why, if you think back to any of the girls, you know, in your dating history that you might have treated like shit, you didn't pay a whole lot of attention to, maybe you weren't that attracted to her, you know, you just kind of banged and clanged. You just kind of called her when you felt like it. And then when she would call you or text you, you would ignore her or ghost her for days, weeks, months, right? And just hit her up whenever you wanted to. And she'd still pick up. She'd still chase you. And you'd be thinking to yourself, what's up with this girl? I mean, it's like she continues to chase me and chase me. Meanwhile, that same girl has beta orbiters in her life who would love to just peg her down, who would love to just jump into a relationship with her. They can't get her, right? They can't get her. And these guys are probably pretty decent guys. They're pretty good guys. They do like all the right things. These are guys who are willing to commit to her. They're willing to be monogamous towards her. Yet, you know, she is fixated on you, right? She's fixated on you, and you have no intention of locking yourself down in a relationship with her. You know, she's rewarding you for your very, very bad behavior, your piss poor behavior. She's rewarding you while she's punishing these guys, right? These betas in her life. She's punishing these guys. She's torturing them, right? These are the guys that are like waiting for her texts all night. They're waiting for her call. I mean, these are the same guys. She uploads a single photo to her Instagram or Facebook or social media. They're liking. I mean, they're like the first ones to like it and comment. You know, meanwhile, I mean, you haven't liked any of her photos, right? I mean, it's just the way things go. I mean, women are just that way. They will constantly just punish you for being beta. I mean, and this extends on every level of your relationship. So you don't even need to be in an actual dating relationship with her. She could be a coworker of yours. She could be your Starbucks barista. Anytime you show any sort of weakness towards her, she will punish you for that. She will not be nice to you. She will be rude to you. She might even, you know, just like, she might give you attitude. I've seen this a number of times play out where, for example, I'll have like a waitress who is just being a little bit rude, right? And then I have to step it up and I have to let her know, hey, don't talk to me like that. Hey, I don't need the attitude, right? In not so many words. I never really have to come out and say that. It's just I demonstrate it with my body language. I demonstrate it in my voice tonality. I start getting a little more firmer with her. I start giving her a look, right? To let her know, like, hey, knock that shit off, right? Because in pickup and game, you know, we have kind of like a rule of thumb where you never want to explicate, right? You never want to have to explain yourself verbatim, word for word. It's better to just demonstrate. Okay, it's better to just demonstrate. So you should never have to tell a girl like, hey, stop talking to me like that, girl. I don't appreciate that. Instead, you demonstrate it and you let her know, which is a lot more boss and a lot more alpha, right? And also too, it shows the girl that, shit, this guy's a real deal, right? I better not cross the line. Okay, so yeah, just understand, guys, women are just wired to reward the alpha males and punish the beta males. If you're in a relationship with your girl, especially for you married guys, you notice whenever you start trying to please your girl and you start pushing aside your own needs to make her happy, you notice it doesn't help your relationship, okay? It makes your relationship worse, okay? It doesn't make her any happier either. Okay, maybe in the very, very short term it might, right? Like for the first few hours it might, maybe for the first few days. But after that, you'll notice that she'll start to slowly poison drip you for showing her that, you know, that hint of weakness, right? And this doesn't mean to never give in to your girl. This doesn't mean to never try to please her, okay? It just means to do it sporadically when it's least expected and when you could get the most value out of it, okay? So don't be like most of these chumps that just try to make their girl happy, you know, whenever she bitches or whenever she stamps her feet or whenever she complains or anything like that. Never reward bad behavior, okay? So if your girl starts acting up towards you and starts mouthing off, definitely don't reward that type of behavior. Let her know that you're not going to tolerate it. Let her know it's not okay. I mean, it's no different than like disciplining a child. I hate to say it. I mean, you cannot show weakness, right? For you guys who have children or you guys who have younger brothers or younger sisters or maybe little cousins that you take care of, you notice there's a fine line. You have to let the child know, like, hey, don't disrespect me. It's like, yeah, we could have fun together, we could laugh, we could play, but there's a line that you don't cross. And like kids, I mean, women are constantly trying to test your boundaries. They're constantly trying to test how far they can push you before you will draw the line, right? And a lot of you guys don't draw the line until it's too late and you're in damage control and your girl has lost complete respect for you. And now she's going out there, disappearing on the weekends, running off to Vegas with her girlfriends, taking a little girls trip, going out for a girls' night out on the weekend. By then you're already in damage control, and then you guys like hit me up going, hey, what should I do? What should I do? And it's like, you know, you want me to give you like a magic pill to fix things, when a lot of these things need to be prevented early on in your relationship. You really need to set the frame early in your relationship so she does not punish you later. Okay, so Just understand that, guys. You know, that's how women are. Women are just wired to reward the alpha males and punish the beta males at the end of the day. Don't shoot the messenger. This is just the way it is. This is the way it's always been throughout history. Okay, women have always been like this. They reward men that they feel they can trust to be men. You know, even though a lot of these guys that they end up rewarding are not worthy, right? I'll be the first to say it. You know, a lot of these guys that are dicks, jerks, guys that just use women, guys who are kind of like womanizers, right? They just ejaculate and evacuate, they pump and dump. They have no intention of being with a girl. They just pretty much use her. They might use her for sex. They might even use her for money. They might use her for free rides. They might use her for favors. These girls cannot get enough of these guys. Right or wrong, the reason why she can't get enough of him is because he's living for himself. And really, that's what a woman wants. She wants a guy who is going to just not make her the priority in his life, but make himself the priority. Even though, again, these guys, you know, on the surface are completely just, you know, not the best guys. They're just bad guys, right? But unfortunately, a lot of women respect guys like that because they make themselves a priority. And really, I mean, the key is, as a man, you kind of want to adopt the same type of behaviors, but not in that fashion where you're just this selfish, narcissistic son of a bitch, right? And you're just using people, because that will come back to bite you in the ass at some point, right? I mean, you see a lot of these guys later in life when they get older and they can't get the ladies anymore, they just become complete pieces of shit. And I mean, you don't want to go down that path. I mean, there's a way to do it. For me, for example, I mean, I'm on my path and purpose. I never make women the priority anymore, you know, and it doesn't mean I use women. I don't use women for anything. You know, if anything, I feel like I get used more than I use them, you know. And again, I don't feel like I use women. I feel like I give them value for what they give me, right? It's kind of like a trade-off there. But women are not the priority in my life. You know, there are a lot of women, the women I'm dating now, they all complain because I don't return texts. Sometimes I don't return texts for days because I'm busy, right? I'm busy running my business. I'm busy being on my path and purpose. I'm busy doing what I need to do. And I'm not trying to ignore them on purpose. It's just that I'm busy, right? And because I make myself the priority, they end up rewarding me, right? In a very strange way. They reward me by doing me favors. I have some of these girls, like, they'll come over, do my laundry just unexpectedly. They will watch my dogs while I go out there and, you know, do program or take students out, or, you know, even if I just want free time with my friends, they'll come over and watch my animals, and they'll just, you know, take care of me. I mean, one girl, like, I had to go to the DMV. She, like, literally took my paperwork and stood in line for me at the DMV. I mean, it's just like stuff like that. I don't ask them to do it. They're just willing to do it, you know. And a lot of them have always said, like, I've never done this for any guy. Why am I doing this for you? And I'm like, hey, you don't have to. Like, no, I like to, and I enjoy it. I want to do this for you. Just because I've been doing game for so long, and I've been teaching students for so long, and just been dealing with dating and relationships for pretty much my entire adult life, I understand where it's coming from. And these are girls that they've come from relationships where they were with a guy who was beta and did everything for her, and she would never do anything like this for him, right? She would never do anything like this for any of the guys she's dated previously. But here she is, she's doing it for me because she's seeing a strength in me that she can trust to be like, yeah, this guy is alpha, this guy's boss. And just as a woman, she feels the kind of almost the biological need to reward me for it, to please me, to make me happy. And you'll find this effect too when you are dating girls, and especially when you're in a relationship with women, and you stop acting like a little girl in those relationships. Stop acting like the woman in these relationships, which so many guys do. You guys act like the chick in these relationships, and you want the girl to wear the pants. You want the girl to lead the relationship. You know, you start turning her into your new mommy. You can't do that because she will never respect you for that. Okay, she will never respect you. And this is why girls, like I said, whenever you start like showing them any hint of weakness, they let you know in some way, shape, or form that they are not going to encourage this type of little bitch behavior. They're going to punish you for it. Okay? You see this play across in every aspect of your life where you interact with women. again, you don't have to be in a dating relationship with her. She could be your waitress. She could be your cashier. It's like anytime you show any hint of nervousness, intimidation, self-consciousness, she will she will punish you in some way, shape, or form. She'll give you attitude, right? She'll kind of give you a sneer, a smirk. She might roll her eyes at you. You'll see this, okay? You'll see this because, like I said, women reward alpha males, they punish beta males, okay? It's almost like instinctively they know that they need to do this. It's almost like their womanly mission to weed out the guys who are weak and filter those guys out so they could get to the guys who are strong and find out who's for real and who's not. That makes sense. All right, but I'm gonna wrap up here. So until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to smash that like button below. Also hit that notification bell as well so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, I really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, because lately YouTube's been doing a lot of funky things and I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys that YouTube unsubscribed you from my channel. So make sure that you're still subscribed to my channel first of all. And for you guys who aren't, please subscribe to my channel, because you know what? You need this type of education. This is the type of stuff that you did not learn in school. This is a type of red pill knowledge that you did not learn from parents, teachers, or society. This is why you must subscribe. And not only should you subscribe, but you should also encourage your buddies, your male friends, to subscribe to my channel as well, so they could go on this red pill journey with you, okay? And for you guys who want to support my work and support all of this red pill content that I'm teaching guys even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and my students are out there approaching and closing every single week. And believe me when I tell you, we're doing this every single week. I'm one of the top pickup artists in the world. Okay, I've been doing this my entire adult life. I have thousands of successful students around the world. A lot of these guys have actually met their dream girl and married that woman and have already had a family. A lot of these guys have sent me their wedding photos. They've sent me pictures of their children. It's really kind of just kind of weird to see. But a lot of these guys, this is where they started. They started my program. They started in 7 Months to Mastery, and now they've just gone on to great success. Some of these guys have, just surpassed me, right? Which I'm really happy about. So if you want to learn this stuff, guys, hey, again, they did not teach you this stuff in school. Sadly, school doesn't teach you this stuff, but guess what? I do. All right. So that is the absolute best way to support my work, is by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery, and you're going to gain a ton of value from it. Okay, you're going to gain a ton of value from it, especially for that very first month, because the first month is only $1. Okay, so the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, and that's just so you can check it out without making some crazy investment. It's only $1 because I want you to see for yourself that this stuff works. Okay, so if you want to get into 7 Months of Mastery, all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It only takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.